Very good evening to our viewers. Thank you for joining us tonight on the Evening Review. My name is Toiwon Jabela, your host. Tonight on the platform we are hosting Monica Imanga. She is the Executive Director of Home of Good Hope, Namibia. It's a charity organization that takes care of children, feeding them and clothing them. Those details will emerge in a moment, as we are also joined by her colleague, Leoni Futter, who is the Sustainability Director at Home of Good Hope, Namibia. The organization has a fundraiser to help clothe and feed children, and Leoni and Monica are here to help us understand what they are planning. Ladies, thank you very much for making time. I will start with Monica. If you can tell us first what the organization is and when was it found?
Good evening, Toivo, and good evening to the viewers out there, and thank you for having us at the studio tonight. My name is Monica Imanga, as you already mentioned, the founder of Home of Good Hope. Home of Good Hope was founded 2007. That's when my daughter passed on.
Okay.
And then after her passing, I said to myself, let me give back to the community, especially to the disadvantaged children. So we started with 45 children by then, but today we are feeding like 1,200 children on a daily basis from Monday to Friday.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a lot of children.
Yes.
Leoni, how did you get involved in the organization yourself?
I knew Monica from way back. We used to work together, and then when I arrived back in Namibia in 2018, she asked me to come and see how I could assist with Home of Good Hope.
Yeah.
And obviously community development is my passion. I've worked on massive projects all over Namibia and in South Africa and with impoverished communities. So for me, it's very close to my heart.
Absolutely.
The work that is being done at Home.
Yeah. Absolutely. The organization, I mean, how has the journey been? 2007, that's a long time ago.
Yes. There are those ups and downs, but then we keep going strong. Yes. As I mentioned, 2007 when we started, and then as the time goes by, it was only like feeding at first. And then I said to myself, feeding is fine, but why not education as well? So that's when we included education. So we have kindergarten, pre-primary, and we also help children with homework.
Okay.
Yes. And we have a soccer team, a netball team. So we are keeping the children running up and going.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very good. So when you visit the site, Leoni, what do you see? Is it children with happy faces, maybe with a bit of, because I suppose children who come to an organization like this are coming from very difficult homes or backgrounds, and you provide that ray of hope. What do you see when you visit the site? If you can paint us a picture.
You do see happy faces. You see children that are in a place of safety and that they know that they're having that meal for the day. Sometimes it's their only meal that they get. And children actually are comfortable coming forward to Monica and the staff when things are going wrong at home, and Monica also did a course in psychology, so her and the tutors work with the children to investigate the problems at home and then find ways to deal with them, and the problems are substantial in some cases. Yes,
absolutely. So what would typically drive a child to join up with your school, with your organization? Is it what are some of the stories that you have encountered during those years that really shook you? I'm sure there are special ones that really were difficult.
Definitely. When I started Toivo with Home of Good Hope, me and my late sister, we did a research first because we wanted to help the children that are really in need. not the ones that will just go along with the friends or so forth. But then we did the research, and that's how we could see that there's a lack of something at home and so forth. And the children, and what I like mostly when the children come to us, and then we approach the parents, and then sit down with the parents, and they will open up and telling you their problems at home and so forth. That's when we take it from there. Yes.
Is it mostly alcohol related things? Is it poverty? What are the issues?
I will say both of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I will say it's both of them. Alcohol and then poverty. Yes.
And perhaps abuse also. Yeah.
Exactly. That's right.
Yeah. Maybe just while I'm still with you, what are the highlights of this journey? What would you say have been sort of the successes? It could mean, for example, that there are specific children that went through your system who have now become good members of society, or they have achieved something for their lives.
Oh, yes. With these children, taking these children throughout the journey of Home of Good Hope, seeing them growing and putting them through the education system. As I'm talking to you, we already have one of them who is a lawyer.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a lawyer today. And one also that is my son, actually, because I took him in while he was 7 years old, and now he's 23 years old. Also from the area of Korehab. He is a gentleman today. It's his second year, also studying law.
Wow.
So we have a lot of them some of them are in the teaching, education, some of them with different, companies as well. So when I look back at these children, and they do come back to me, and then I just praise God and thank God for what we've been through with them and for what they are today.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And Leoni, you said you've been involved very much in that space over the years. That's why you feel it's important to help Monica. As a sustainability director, what is sort of your role there?
Well, sustainability of an organization works in two ways. It's the actual organization and also the developmental practices.
Yeah.
So an example of that would be, you can't just feed children. You've got to assist the parents so that they can reach that point where they are then supporting their own children. And we have a project that's planned, but we're just waiting for a little bit of capital, where we will sit with the parents, gather the skills, get as many of them certified with the NTA as possible to assist them to get access to better jobs. And once our building is built, we would then have a facility where we can assist them to look for donors to support their career plans as well, through or see what further education is available to them. And my passion is looking at personality profiling to say, because I've worked in so many projects that are not sustainable because they must do beadworking and silkscreen printing, and that's just, you can't survive in a market like that. You can't compete with factories and things like that. But that person is actually a doctor or a lawyer or somebody in the making. So for me, look at that person, starting with our school kids before they go to high school. What is their personality? What career path shall we put them on? And also looking at the parents. What skills do they have that we can turn into something? And what potential do they have to develop into better career opportunities?
Absolutely.
And so the other side of it is make sure that our organization is statutory compliant, number one. Make sure that our finances are 150% correct and that they're fully audited according to international standards. Make sure that we are working with labor laws, that our people are looked after as best we can with the minimal money that we have. And so you've got to also look at your business plan for the organization. It must run like a business, you know.
Yes, of course.
This is how much money we really need to make it function properly, and then go out and systematically look for different funders or different opportunities to support the different aspects of that. Because remember, the staff at Home of Good Hope are also from the impoverished community. So if we're going to start with skills development, we want to start with them directly and say, what do you have and how can we further your education in that respect?
Absolutely. So there's an upcoming fundraiser, Monica. But maybe before we get into that, give us a sense of how you financially sustain the organization. What is it that, how do you make revenues, even if it's not a lot of it, to sustain the organization?
Yeah, currently we do have sponsors from the Netherlands and also from Germany. The little that they gave us is the ones that we are trying to run our Soup Kitchen, the organization. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, can I just add? We also
please.
get donations from Namibians, monthly donations.
Yes,
and there's also the church that gives us weekly soup bones and things like that.
Okay.
So and then also you have, once in a while, you have a school that will come and visit and donate something, or you have visitors from Sweden who will come and bring, you know, soccer balls or whatever. So the more now that our website is established, the more people hear about us, then slowly we want to grow that, you know, and we want to really grow somebody giving a small amount per month. For instance, I can only afford to donate $20 a month, but you add all those $20 and we can really use a multiplier effect and make it work for us, you know. So we would like to appeal to people to say, can you find it in your heart to donate a small amount every month to Home of Good Hope? Then we just know that the salaries or the certain things, the petrol and to get the children to school safely, the transport, those kind of things are taken care of. And then we can really get into the kind of work we want to do.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Christmas in July has passed already. Can you explain to us what you want to, what is the idea here? What is coming up?
Christmas in July. Okay, as you mentioned, like it's passed already, but still it's still ongoing.
So it started. It actually started already.
Exactly, it started already. So until the end of August. So we are trying then to raise some funds for just to sustain the organization. Yes.
Okay. Leoni, do you want to expand on that? Maybe just what you envision to do with the fundraiser?
Well, this fundraiser is to actually pave the way, because originally, before COVID broke out, we planned it as an annual event with around the theme of Christmas. So that in July, we would have a Christmas in July. We would have artists from the College of the Arts, from the National Symphony Orchestra, wonderful singers and groups who actually would come and perform, and we had a lovely program. And then the sponsor that was going to sponsor the venue for us didn't come through for us. So, and then COVID hit. So whatever little bit we had to start the fundraiser then, we had to put into feeding children twice a day because they weren't going to school. So, and as the years go by, we haven't had a chance to get back on our feet where we can start the actual event as such. So we decided this year we're just going to start Christmas in July on the website that we have, because we had to raise funds for the website and develop it from there. And then next year, hopefully, we will then move into an annual event as well. And so this year, though, our first priority is, with COVID, we had to stop the meals for high school students. And that was a deep blow to us, because that's when they really need that one meal a day the most, because they're focusing on their studies. So that is one of the things we're aiming for immediately, is that we can reinstate that. And then obviously healthcare needs and issues like that we need to take care of. And then, as I said, move into assisting the parents so that they can take over from us.
Absolutely. We go for a quick break and return with Monica and Leoni. Our conversation with Monica, Imanga, and Leoni Futter continues. So, Monica, is this the first time you are then having this fundraiser? Is the first time that you're having it?
Yes, it's our very first time having this fundraiser.
And you want to make it an annual event going forward?
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Yes.
Tell us what it means. So, what are you asking people like me and others to do as part of this fundraiser?
I would like the viewers out there and even yourself to just log into our website, because there are fantastic prizes to be won.
Okay.
So you just log in and you go.
Okay.
Yes.
So I just give financial assistance whatever I have, or is there any limit as to how much the minimum that I can give?
There's no limit.
Yeah.
But for instance, if you want to say you want to donate $500, then you donate 100, 100, 100. For every 100 you donate, you then you entered into the draw for the first prize, the Gondwana voucher for 6,000 rand.
Okay.
And then for any donation, $50, you entered into the draw for a lovely safari hat donated by Safari Land. And then for $20 donations, you entered into the draw for Welcome to Namibia colouring in books. It's a journey through Namibia as a colouring in book that was drawn by Leoni Futter and her daughter Rachel.
Yeah, wonderful. I see there are some conditions there. If you can, it says terms and conditions apply. Maybe if you can explain what those terms are.
The winners must be be willing to have their photograph taken.
Okay.
And
when they are receiving the
when
prize.
they're receiving the prize, yes.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. I see that here. Okay. No. I think this is very good. It's really, really good. The children at the facility, you start from what age?
Let's say from the age of since birth, because some of the children, the young mothers actually, we are looking after those children, feeding those children, make sure that they have the needs that is, at hand. So let's say from birth up to the age of 16. We used to go up to the age of 18, but when it's like when COVID started, and then we couldn't. So that's why when Leoni mentioned earlier, the high school children, we have to cut them off. Yeah. So it's from baby up to the age of 16.
Okay.
And even premature babies. We have a premature baby now.
Wow.
Because then Home of Good Hope makes sure that the teenage mothers go back to school.
They go back to school.
So that they are taken care of.
Yeah,
I mean, eventually we want a house that we can house some of them that are where they normally you, as part of a sustainable development plan, you wouldn't remove them from the families. So what we would do is a lot of the families want to throw the girls away, and then food parcel for a monthly food parcel assists with that, and then the girls can still go to school and have their babies taken care of by us. But eventually we want a place of safety for those teenage mothers that need a place of safety.
Absolutely. And how do people exit the program that you have? You are there in the feeding scheme. You show up every other day and whatnot. At what point do you say, okay, now I can stand on my own feet and go?
Wow.
Well, let me just start also.
Yes.
We have schools that we work with because one thing that Monica does is to get children into school. Many children come from the north. They are up to 15, 16, 17 years. They've never been to school. So we have to start with birth certificates. And then those that are school ready get taken in by participating schools in our area. But then on the other hand, we also have the schools that pick up vulnerable or pick up that something has happened in a child's life and then refer them to Monica and phone Monica and say, Monica, this and this, the father's lost his job, the mother's this and that. Would you be able to take that child? And then obviously we do. And then if those parents are back on their feet and are no longer needing it, then they would exit. But for instance, the children that we are educating, it's not that we stop making sure they can go to school. You know what I mean? If they're not eating, at least they are still going to school and their stationery is still purchased and we still make sure that they are being educated and then they do have access to sport and other facilities. So really, and even now we look for donations for the tertiary school education. So because we're not feeding them doesn't mean we're not looking after them, We're still finding sponsors, and we have sponsors in Germany that those most vulnerable families, we call it sponsor. They sponsor a child. So we have 30 in the sponsorship program of the most desperate, and then they provide more than food. They provide transport money, and they sponsor certain trips, school trips, and things like that as well.
Yeah. And how do you measure the intake? Because society is facing a lot of challenges. A lot of people do not have food at home, and you can't also realistically feed the entire world. How do you decide who to take in and who to leave out?
Yeah, as I mentioned before, when we started, we did our research. And then now, as time goes, the schools actually now, they are the ones calling me, sending a child with a letter. Can you please assist this child? So that's how we do.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And also from the community, when a parent comes with a child, we want to make sure we go there and evaluate whether it's necessary or not.
Okay.
In most cases, yes, it's necessary.
It's necessary.
Yes.
Yeah. And Leoni, our socio-economic conditions have not been very good of late. As a matter of fact, there's sort of some worsening trajectory. Have you seen any correlation between that and the number of people wanting to be taken into there?
Absolutely. And one thing we want to do now is, because the time from when Monica started to now, is we've been given a donation of a computer and we're just waiting for the software, and we're going to do a full house-to-house survey in our catchment area. Obviously, we only function in that area. You asked what criteria. So we have limitations to the actual area that we work in. We will do a house-to-house survey, working with, looking at socioeconomic circumstances, psychological circumstances, physical health, and things like that. And then we will review our objectives. But then we have every child now on a register. And we will then have the information on the family, what is the job situation, the different aspects of their home circumstances. And we will be able to use that information data to say, okay, this one can be phased out of this part of the program and move into that part of the program.
I see that we spoke about people having to enter the website to make these donations? What if I am technologically limited in that regard? Are there other ways to donate without having to go through the website?
Well, we can. The thing is, on our on our website, we do have our bank address, but people are welcome to phone myself or Monica, because sometimes Monica's very busy. They're welcome to phone us directly, and we can then provide them with a bank confirmation letter, say if it's a company and wants that for their records, and a bank and our banking details, and then they can send an EFT or donate in any way that they want. We started with it as a website thing, also to launch our website actually, so make people aware of it. But anyone can donate. They can do an EFT. They can do it any way they want to.
Yeah. In closing, ladies, maybe if you can just tell us the importance of the work that you do, because I think there's a lot of similar organizations, and the impression sometimes is that everybody is just getting into that space, maybe to make a quick buck or whatever. But there's also a very serious nature to what you do, having to take in these children. And I'm sure if we were speaking to some of them here, they can give testimonies of what this means to them, what it has done to their lives. If you can just re-emphasize in closing what the importance of your work in this regard.
For me, it's like the importance of the work that we are doing for the community at large, and especially for the children. It's like each and every cent that we get, that is accountable for. As Leoni mentioned, we have the accountants, the bookkeepers, so everything. So if somebody wants to donate, even if you want to, we are transparent. If you want to see our books or do anything else, we are transparent to do that. Yes. So that is most important thing, because really, as you said, a lot of people are doing the same job as you are doing, but then it's not accountable for. But for Home of Good Hope, we are accountable for anything.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Leoni, maybe if you can just comment on the same subject in closing.
For me, the importance of our work, we are changing the world one child at a time. Basically, this child who goes through school, who was a teenage mother and then manages to get her life back on track and isn't thrown away by her family, that person is somebody that can be counted, that can stand up, that can be counted in our society. And Namibian needs every person, that we need as many people as we can who can stand up and be counted and change their lives and those of their children. We want to break that cycle of poverty. And education is the only way.
Absolutely. No, thank you, ladies, for coming through. We hope that we have provided you with a platform to entice those of you that are watching to chip in. It's for the good cause. It's for the Namibian child. Leoni Futter and Monica Imanga, thank you for coming.
And thank you so much for having us, and thank you, viewers, for
Thank
bearing
you,
with
viewers.
us.
Thank you, viewers, and thank you so much.
Wonderful. That was tonight's show. We meet again next week.